Let's get our feet hip width apart. There's Tanya. Good morning. Oh, big breath. And then exhale out. Again, deep breath. And exhale out. Big, huge breath. Stand nice and tall. Keep your spine long. Deep breath. Take as much air in each time you inhale. You can take your gaze up to the ceiling on this next one, and we're going to hold it up there. So keep the shoulders away from the ears. See if you can get your arms reaching up towards the ceiling as you take your gaze up there as well. Now exhale all the way back down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. So make a fist and keep your thumbs up. We're going to swing those elbows, if you look at me from the side, really far back, and then bring them forward. All the way forward, release the hands, palms face up. Now squeeze and press them back. So we're really trying to activate into our upper back. Often we get a lot of stress that piles up there. So working those muscles is always a good idea. Sweep the arms forward and sweep the elbows back. Now you're going to give me a little forward fold here. Just come halfway, really slowly, keeping the elbows up in the back. So you're probably feeling this challenge now a little more than when we started because you've got gravity wanting to pull those elbows down and your shoulders. Keep them nice and broad. Now come all the way back up to standing, and let's take those arms and sweep them forward, palms face up towards the ceiling. We're going to run through this 3 more times. Pull back, elbows nice and high, and pull forward. Good morning, Val. Sweep them back and sweep them forward. One more time. Take them back. Elbows nice and high. Now, when you're in this position, think about pulling your belly button up and in towards your spine. Now, take the hands down. Just let the arms relax and fall where they want to. You're still parallel to the floor with your upper body. Now we're going to sweep the arms out to the side like an airplane, and then just relax. Sweep them up. Try to keep the wrist in the same line as the shoulder, and lower. And one more time, up and hold, and keep the belly button pulling in. And now come all the way back to standing. Nice job. Big deep breath. We're going to meet all the way down in a forward fold. So you swan dive down nice and slowly. Getting into the back of the legs and your glutes. Now if you want to support your upper body with your hands folded on your thighs, that's always an option. Or you can take the hands all the way down. Now retract the shoulders for me. Even though you're working them against gravity, they want to fall down. Pull them up and back. Now bend your knees. One hand at a time, come up onto your shin. Keep the shoulders nice and broad. And now all the way back up to standing. Nice job. Big deep breath. And big swan dive forward. Come all the way down. Hang out here for 3 big, big, big breaths. Really feel the rib cage expand. Get some good blood flow to your face. Take those hands once again to your shins. Squat that booty down so your legs are bent. And now come all the way, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Take your gaze, look up, Really try to reach your fingertips to touch the ceiling. Best you can. And arms come back by your side. Nice job. Little balance challenge here. You're going to take your right foot, tuck it inside your left leg. Your hands come to your heart. Nice. Now, if you want to, you can sweep those arms back up towards the ceiling. Try not to lock out through that left knee. So you just want to keep the smallest bend you can so you feel the muscles in that leg working. Hands back to heart. If you can, now take that foot a little higher up, maybe to your inner thigh, and let's sweep the arms back up. Nice job. If you can, take your gaze, look up at the ceiling, or in Val's case, the beautiful blue sky. And arms back by your side. Nice job, Mark. Let it go. Everybody is looking good. Okay, left foot, keep it nice and low. Hands to heart. Find your calm. Really today, try to focus on breathing. Really gives us that nice relaxed feeling. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling if you can, nice and straight. Mark, open your hands. Open your, yeah, try to get them straight as you pull the shoulders down. Nice job. Hands back to heart. If you can, tuck this foot up and into the inner thigh. Make sure you're activating muscle in that right glute. Sweep the arms back up if you can, really reaching up. And if you want to amp this up a little bit, we take our gaze and look up. Makes it a little harder to balance. Nice job. Hands back to heart. You're going to release the foot. Nice. Big deep breath. And slow swan dive all the way down into your forward fold. Relaxing the head, but retracting the shoulders. Now we're going to take our hands, walk them out to the front of your mat, and step back into your high plank. Little pelvic tilt up and under, so you feel the abdominals, the tummy pull in. Nice job. Let's take it to our first downward facing dog. So pull your upper body through the arms, but let's make sure through your peripheral vision you can see your arms, so you're not going too far. Now we're going to pedal out our feet, getting into our calves. See, this should feel good for your calves since you were biking yesterday. Okay, let's hold that left heel down. Right knee is bent. Pull in your rib cage. Stay here for a few more breaths. Switch, lower that right heel, high on the toes on the left foot. Now we're going to walk our feet halfway up your mat and then start to walk your hands back to the feet. So you're in the middle of your mat, hanging out in your forward fold. Maybe now you're getting your hands a little closer to the floor. And let's do a reverse swan dive all the way back to standing, coming up nice and slow. And exhale back to neutral alignment. So your ear, shoulder, hip, knee and ankle should all be stacked. Really think about lengthening through your spine and broadening through the shoulders. Inhale, look up. Spread those fingers wide. Now pull your hips back and give me a little baby squat. You're just lowering a few inches. Your legs are bending at the knee. Now let's take those arms out in front of you parallel to the floor. Maybe now you squat a little bit lower. And let's bring those hands into our heart. Well, you pull the elbows back and maybe we get a little lower. Nice job. Hands to the floor. Step back to your high plank. You can always put your knees down here, but we're going to do a nice slow hover. Maybe you go halfway down and then meet me in your up dog. Nice job. Fire up your glutes in the back. Lift your hips up and back. And then elevate the knees. You're right back in your down dog. Let's do that again. Pull forward to your high plank. Give me a slow hover right to your up dog. Lift your hips up. Start pulling them back. Then elevate the knees. Nice job. Walk your feet to the middle of your mat and your hands back to your feet. Hang out here in your forward fold. And reverse swan dive back to standing. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling and back to neutral alignment. Nice. We're going to step our left foot forward and our right foot back. So nice and high on the toes on the back foot. Sweep your arms up. You can keep them open if it keeps you broader through the shoulders. That's really what we care about. Nice job. So right now I'm feeling a really big, nice stretch here in this front hip flexor. I feel stable because I've got good width between the front and back foot. Nice job, everybody. Couple more breaths. Hands to heart. You're going to step your back foot in a few inches so you get your heel down on the earth. Nothing else changed with the width of our feet. Hands to heart. Give me a little hinge forward. Keep your front legs straight. Both legs, actually. You take it down as low as you're comfortable. Maybe you release the hands all the way to the floor. Maybe you hold them on your shin. Everybody's got options. You go where it feels right for you. But we're trying here to get into the left butt cheek and the back of that left leg. So please make sure both your feet are facing forward and your entire feet are pressing into the earth. We're going to stay here for 5 big, huge breaths. Taking as much oxygen into the body each time you inhale. Very therapeutic class today. Holding these poses a little bit longer than we normally do. But it's Sunday fun day and we like getting stretchy, bendy. So good to challenge our flexibility. Okay, let's take our hands away from the floor, walk them up that left leg for support, and step that right foot forward. Now you're at the front of your mat. You're going to take a big, deep breath. Forward fold all the way down. Hands to the floor, step, jump, or float your feet back. You're in your high plank. Now, whenever we're high planking, it's important to keep a tiny little bend through both of your elbows. We don't want to lock out those joints. Pelvic tucks up and under, so we feel the abdominals pulling in. Your legs are straight. You're driving your heels towards the back of the room. And just try to find some nice relaxing breath. And let's meet in our down dog. This time in this down dog, we're going to lift and lower onto the toes. So lift up as high as you can. This is a great way to massage your feet. Now drive your heels back to the earth. Press up as high as you can. Moving nice and slow. Drive the heels back down. One last time. Take the feet wherever they're comfortable in your down dog. Soften your knees, and you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. You're at the end of your mat. Hang out here in your forward fold. Maybe we cross the arms this time. And just take a few breaths. See if the forearms can relax a little closer to the floor. Big release for your glutes. Now we're going to slowly rotate to the right. Keep your head down and just go where you still feel comfortable and can hold and maintain the balance. Both of your feet still in the same place. And in slow motion, bring it back so your shoulders are square to the mat. Slowly go the other side. It's not about forcing, it's just about exploring. Bring it back center. Nice job. Release the arms. We're going to do a reverse slow motion swan dive back up to standing. Lifting up through your thighs, engaging through your glutes, and back to neutral alignment. Nice job. Step your right foot forward, high on the toes on your back foot. Hands to heart. So if you can, maybe you spread your feet a little further apart, but what's really most important here is the width between your front and back foot so that you don't feel, like, oh, I'm going to fall over here. You want to feel really stable. Sweep your arms up if you can. Take your gaze, look up. Right now, you should be feeling this fabulous stretch in this left hip flexor. Really push up high on your back foot. So you're going to breathe here for 3 more big breaths. Try to challenge those arms, Mark. See if you can get them a little straighter. Nice job. See, you're looking good. You got your shoulders nice and low. Great job, Tanya. I can only see part of you. There she is. Hello. Hands back to heart. You're going to step your back foot in a little bit. Take a peek at both your feet and see if they're facing nice and forward. Now, both of your legs are straight. Give me a nice hinge forward. You go as low as you are comfortable. It's not a competition. If you can, maybe you release your hands to your lower leg. Maybe they're all the way down on the floor. So we're going to be here for a while. Count your breaths, make them great. Great mind-body connection going on here. Feeling the back of the glute and leg get longer. Okay, let's take the hands, walk them back up the leg, nice and slowly. Great job. We're going to step our back foot in so you're at the front of your mat. Take a big, huge breath. Hold it here for 5 breaths. What can you do to really challenge the arms and reach up for the sky? Spread your fingers wide apart. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears and keep them as broad as you can. Really try here to feel the spine lengthening. Nice job. Slow motion swan dive down. Palms to the floor, bend your knees. You're going to step, jump, or float. Feet back to your high plank. We're going to step our left foot right up inside that left hand, and we're going to put our right knee down on the floor. Come up onto this leg. So now we're stacking the shoulders over the hips, but we're letting the hips push forward a little bit. And then if we can, we take both hands to the inside of that foot, or you could stay exactly where you were. Really trying to release through this inner thigh of the left leg. So if you have your hands on the floor, think about taking that left knee and push it into that left arm. So right now we've got activation, although it's isometric, it's activating that inner thigh muscle. Now, if you're ready and you're able, you can come down onto your forearms. It's not necessary, and it's not about forcing. If you are down here, think still about pulling the left knee in. Okay, let's lift back up to the hands. Take your left hand to the outside of that foot. Tuck your toes under on your back foot. And let's lift the knee off the earth. You're in what we call a runner's lunge. So you have some choices here. You can bring both hands up onto your left thigh, or you can just sweep them forward, get your arms parallel to the floor. Now you're getting a big load of work into that left leg. Relax here and breathe. Lift up high on the toes on the right foot. 2 more breaths. Now sweep those arms all the way back up towards the ceiling. So now your shoulders stack over your hips again. Take your gaze, look up. Great job. Hands back to the earth. You're going to step back to your high plank. You can put your knees down as an option. We're going to do a slow hover, maybe halfway down, and then up to up dog. Great job. Lift your hips up, move them back towards your heels, elevate the knees, down dog. Let's take this left hand, and if you can, touch the outside of your right shin. Bring it back and switch. Right arm, left shin. Bring it back. Step your right foot forward. Your right hand is on the outside of that foot. Nice job. Take that hand to the inside. Let's relax our left knee to the floor. Hips are nice and low. Feel like this is really a good hip opener. But let's isometrically get the inner thigh working. Pull your right knee in. Come down onto the forearms if you can. If not, hang out where you are. Take some nice deep breaths. Okay, both hands back up. You're going to take your right hand to the outside. Keep those toes tucked under behind you, and you're going to lift off that knee and sweep your arms forward. So you're in a low lunge, reaching the arms forward. High on the toes on that back foot. You're not here much longer. Breathe. Arms sweep up. Nice job. Lift up on those toes even more. Whoops. Almost lost my balance. Okay, let's take both hands all the way back down. You're in your high plank. Now we're going to put our right knee down in the center of the mat and your right hand in the center. You can take this right foot off to the side, sweep your left arm up. Nice work. Now, try not to pedal still through that right elbow. So you want to keep a tiny bend in it as you see if you can lift your left leg up in the back. See if you can get it straight. Reaching your heel to the back of the room. Lower it back down. Lift it back up. Sweep it forward so your heel and hip are in the same line. Sweep the leg back. See if you can lift it up a tiny bit more. Put that heel down, both hands to the mat. Step back, meet me in your high plank. Give me a nice slow hover. Right to up dog. Nice work. Pull those hips up and back. Elevate the knees. Hang out here and breathe 3 breaths. This time we're going to lift the left leg while we do that. Hips are nice and even. Switch to the right. Lift it up. Nice job. Put that foot back down. Bring that left knee to the center of the mat. Left palm centers. Little bend in the elbows. Sweep your right arm up. Top leg lifts. Keep that foot flexed and feel that heel trying to touch the opposite end of the room. Lower the foot. Lift it back up. Pull it forward. Pull the leg all the way forward till it lines up with your hip. Keep looking up if you can. Sweep the leg back. Lower it down. Both hands down, step back to your plank. Now from here, we're going to come into a low plank. You can put your knees down on the earth if you want to, but we're just going to lower onto the forearms. Hold it here and breathe. Little pelvic tilt. Feel your tummy pull up and in. Now, if you want to amp this up, isometric activation of your elbows pulling towards your feet. Legs are straight. Now put the knees down on the floor. Keep your toes tucked under. Isometric activation. Pull your elbows towards your knees now. Knees are on the floor. Hold that activation. Knees elevate. Knees lower. Knees elevate. Lower them. Elevate. Lower them. 2 more and we're all going to meet in a nice child's pose. Elevate. And lower. And elevate. And lower. Nice job. Walk your elbows back. Take a nice child's pose. So your forehead relaxes to the floor. Big stretch for that lower back. 5 big breaths here. Really feel the rib cage expand as you breathe. And then when you exhale, just sink into the floor. Let it go. Okay, let's come back up on all fours. Walk the wrists in so they're right under your shoulders. Let's tuck the toes under so we feel stable. Little bends in the elbows. Let's extend the right arm forward. Extend your left leg back. See if you can get your left leg nice and straight with your hip even. So you're not shifting the hips.
Try to stay square. So if your right hip went all the way over to the right, see if you can pull it back. Okay, let's relax. Let's switch sides. Left arm extends, right leg goes back. The most challenging here is to really reach that heel with your foot flexed to the back of the room. So that leg is very strong and active. Same with your arm. Reach it straight, retract the shoulder, hold and breathe 3 more times. Nice job, relax. Meet me back in your downward facing dog. And this time we're going to lift that left leg up. We're going to open the hip. The left hip opens towards the ceiling. Lift it as high as you can. You're really high on the toes on the right foot. Now we're going to bend the leg at the knee and see if you can lift that knee 1 inch higher. Keep your shoulders nice and square. Feeling that glute do lots of work right now. You got this. We're not here long. Hold it. A little higher with the knee. And relax that foot down. Knees to the floor, right back to your child's pose. Just for a few breaths this time before we do the same thing on the right leg. Okay, back up. Meet me in your downward facing dog. Right leg goes up. Now let's open the right hip, but please don't shift the shoulders. Lift your leg as high as you can. Great work. Now bend at the knee. Keep the hip open and lift your knee up 1 more inch. Lift higher on the toes on that left foot. You're not here longer. Really challenge your butt cheek. Why not? Great job. Relax that foot to the floor. You're going to walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Bend your legs to do that. Give me a slow-mo reverse swan dive to standing. Arms sweep up. Great work. And relax. Inhale deep. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, extend, flat back. Look up. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, unhinge, reach and lift the body tall. And all the way back to neutral alignment. Step your right foot forward. Right to warrior 1 position. So your back foot is on its side on a nice angle. You're going to bring your chest forward and bend into that knee. Arms can come up. Nice job. Now take those arms to the side, turn and face the left side of the room. Really strong and straight arms here. So we want to have our shoulder and wrist lining up. Now let's open the palm on the left hand. Relax the right arm to your leg. Sweep this arm up. All the way up. Big reach going on here while you keep that bend in the front knee. Take your gaze, look up if you can. Okay, let's bring this hand back to your front leg. You're going to step your back foot in a little bit and straighten both your legs. We're going to meet in a triangle pose. So hips move to the back of the room. Slide your right hand down your leg. Left arm comes up. Take your gaze, look up at the ceiling. But try to keep your torso in line with your front leg. See if you can get the wrist and shoulder lined up. making one nice straight line with both arms. Great job. Let's take this left hand down and we're going to reverse it. So put your left hand on your shin to start, or you can take it on the floor outside of your foot and bring your right hand to your butt cheek. Now open your chest to face the right side of the room. If you can, the right arm comes up, turn your gaze to the ceiling. Getting a nice stretch through the IT band on that right leg. Hold it here a tiny bit longer. Try to breathe when the work is most challenging. Okay, let's take this right hand back down. Both hands on the floor. You step back to your high plank. Give me a slow hover. Meet me in up dog. Nice. Great job. Hips up and back. Elevate the knees. You're in your down dog. Okay, we're going to step this left foot forward up between both your hands. You're going to turn your back foot on that nice angle you had and sweep your arms up. Hands to heart. Give me a nice bend in your front leg. Arms come up. Great job. Now turn to face the side. Really strong arms. Get them all working here. Take your gaze forward. Left palm opens to the ceiling. Right hand to your back leg. Sweep your left arm up. Try not to lose that bend in your front knee. Really getting into a nice side body stretch here. Should feel good. Okay, let's take this hand back to that front leg. Step your back foot in a little bit. We're going to meet in triangle pose. So slide the left hand down, right arm sweeps up. Take your gaze, look up. Really activate that right arm. Nice and straight. Pulling those hips to the back of the room, feeling a great release in the front inner thigh of the left leg. Let's take this right hand down. It's either going to come to your shin or maybe to the floor on the outside as you take your left hand to your butt cheek, rotate your chest to face the left side of the room. If you can, the arm comes up, sweep it up towards the ceiling as best you can. We're only here for a few breaths. Okay, let's take that hand back down. Both hands frame your front foot. Step back, you're in your high plank. Hold it here and breathe. Last time in your plank today. So make it great. Press away from the earth. Drive your heels back. Pelvis tucks under. And downward facing dog. Nice work. A few breaths here, and then we're going to meet lying down on our mat. Okay, knees down. You're just going to sweep them off to the side. Have a seat. Great job. Sitting up nice and tall, let's just take it to a boat pose. So you're going to lean back, flex your feet, extend the arms forward. Keep your spine nice and long if you can. Pull those knees in, tuck them in a little closer. Should be really feeling the tummy here. Doing some work. Keep your neck nice and long. So you're just taking your gaze directly out in front of you.
You can always, as a modification, lower to your elbows if you like, or you can hang here, maybe straighten one leg, bend it, maybe the other. Maybe you wrap your fingers around your big toes and straighten both legs. Keep your chest proud, your shoulders broad. Maybe you let go, hold those legs where they are. Patience. Fold the arm so you're touching opposite shoulder. Legs come down and you sit up nice and tall. Take a towel if you have one. We're going to do a nice forward fold stretch. So maybe you wrap the towel around your feet. Let's get our feet hip width apart. If you have the flexibility to do so without the towel, that's cool. But if you want to, pull the towel and bend the elbows. Keep your spine long to start. Fold forward as far as you can with a long spine so you're not hunching or rounding your back right now. Stay here and enjoy the stretch for the back of the legs. Maybe you go a little further. Use your breath here to help you. It's amazing how we can build flexibility through breathing. Breathing is half the battle. Now round your back, drop your head, go where it feels good. So just let it all hang out. Again, keep breathing. Okay, we're going to walk the hands back up. You're going to pull your right foot in. So bend your right leg. Take this left hand to the outside and your right hand behind you. Give me a little rotation. Look over your right shoulder. So you can use your arm to keep that right leg pulling in. Sitting up nice and tall so your lower back is not slouching. Keep rotating. Maybe you can go a little more. Great job. Release it, come back. Extend that leg out. Pull the left knee in. Let's go the other way. Now your gaze goes over the left shoulder. See if you can go a tiny bit more before we release it. Okay, release it forward. Great job. I love seeing all the pets. Yes. The kitty, Val's dog. My dog here is passed out on the couch. Come up onto your toes. High on the toes. Val, it's so nice that you're able to be outside. We have bad weather here. Okay, straighten those legs. Push your hips back. One hand at a time above the knees. You're going to lead with your head first. Come all the way back to standing. Great job. Big deep breath. And exhale. One more time. Inhale deep. And exhale. Thank you guys so much for your power and strength. I appreciate all of you. Susan, I hope you enjoyed the class. It was Susan's first time, so welcome, Susan.
I absolutely loved it. And